What's the deal, you guys? What is the deal? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 9. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, you guys? What's the tea? What is the tea? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a good day, just not a good hair day, but I'm having me a good day. I normally don't be missing no haircuts at all, but honey, I haven't felt like going to no barbershop or nothing like that. So that is the reason why you see me with this goddamn do-rag on. I don't even be wearing this do-rag like that, but I got it on today. I got it on today because I needed to have it on. All right. But what's the tea, y'all? What's the tea? What's skipping? Okay, let me see who's all in the chat. What's going on, Marcella? What's going on? Let me see. D Nicole 6617, Angela Knox, Nina Simone 381, Ebony M, Universal Goddess. I see Pain up in here. I see Ocean Dreaming, Miss High Yellow. I see a couple of you guys up in here tonight. What is the business and what is the tea, you guys? Okay. I know that Married to Medicine is on right now, and y'all know y'all gonna get that review tomorrow. Y'all know we gonna do Married to Medicine every Monday. Y'all know this already. First of all, let me send some shout outs once again. Thank you to Marcella and thank you to Talking Shit with Shayna. Is it Shayna or Shayna? It's one of them. But shout out to both of y'all for supporting the scene ATL. I loved the crew loved y'all videos. Everybody enjoyed y'all videos, basically promoting the show and talking about the show. Thank you to Marcella for promoting my book as well. I really do appreciate all of the support that we've been getting for this show. This little show that ain't even came on yet has created a ruckus in these streets already. Go figure. But is what it is. Okay, it is. But we're gonna get into the things. We're gonna get into the goddamn things, honey. Okay, we already at 60 people so far. And y'all know the whole goal with every live that we do is to get like 100+ people within every live that we do. That's the plan. Okay. And y'all know that we're gonna get started at the 5-minute mark. So give me 1 second, you guys. Let me see some here. Because I'm ready to get into some things, child. I'm ready to get some things. Hold on, you guys. Give me 1 second. Yes, Ocean Dreaming. There's been a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are aware of the crash out moment that I had on Thanksgiving night. I am not proud of that, but we ain't gonna talk about that no more. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. We done talking about that now. I'm about to start doing interviews, however, for the scene and promotion for the scene ATL, and I'm doing the interview will really be on Tuesday night. So y'all need to get ready for that. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hey, Too Feisty. Look at Soulful Dog now. I ain't seen Soulful Dog in a while now. The first thing I see him doing is talking about my lips being glazed. I can't. Cheryl M 2829. What's going on, honey? Okay, we're about to get started in about 8 seconds. All right. We're about to get started in 8 seconds, y'all. 5. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. All right. So let me pull out my notes here because my notes are right here on my phone. As y'all can see, I done upgraded, y'all. I got me a brand new phone, honey. I got me a new phone. My sister got it for me. She worked for AT&T. So shout out to my sister for giving me a brand new phone, honey. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're still at the Reasonably Shady event where everybody's confronting Stacy about whatever lies she told or whatever happened, right? And, she done got into it with Tia. She done got into it with Kiana or whatever, right? So everybody's talking about the fact that, you know, Stacy could have possibly, you know, called Chris Samuels and told Chris Samuels what Mo'Nique said at the table, and everybody's going in on her about it. Now we get Shereice, the one that looked like a damn wet puppy every time we see her. She picks up her phone and she calls Chris, right? Why she got Chris Samuels' phone number, I have no goddamn idea. But Chris, she calls Chris phone, and she says that, hey Chris, I'm filming right now, and I'm calling you to ask you, has Stacy called you, had a conversation with you, and told you anything that Mo'Nique possibly said about you while we were filming? Chris said, man, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. So he said that, and then that is when Shereice was like, well, that's all I needed. I'm done. I'll talk to you later. Blah, blah, blah. So with Chris saying that he don't know what the hell Shereice is talking about, that's pretty much being said that, okay. So that means that he never had a conversation with Stacy about Mo'Nique, because he don't even know nothing about the conversation. So I guess Stacy is kind of vindicated in this situation, but it leaves a lot of questions, right? And the questions that it's leaving is, okay, so if she didn't call Chris, where did Cookie get this information from? Like, why was Cookie on the phone with Kiana, asking Kiana, you know, and I'm telling Kiana that she heard, you know, she talked to Chris and Chris told her this and Chris told her that. So it got to be two things that's going on. One of the things could be Chris could very well know what the fuck is going on, but he don't want to be a part of this camera shit, right? Or the second thing is Kiana and Cookie could be lying, and there was never no conversation between Cookie and Chris about no conversation about Stacy running back to Chris about what Mo'Nique said. Okay, so it could be one or the other, but from the looks of it, it looks like somebody lying, and for once it ain't Stacy, because that's all Stacy do is lie. And I know that that's y'all girl, but that girl don't do nothing but lie. And y'all can get mad with me for calling it out all you want to, but that girl don't do shit but lie. I'm not on the Stacy train like everybody else. She ain't got me food worth a damn, but because she is a fucking liar. But in this instance, I really don't think she lying. I don't think she lying. It sounds like a scheme that Cookie and Kiana set up to come to us with the bullshit. You know what I mean? That's how it's coming across to me. But Shereice did start saying that a couple of months ago, her and Stacy were hanging out. They went to dinner with one another, and it was a guy that she liked, but then somebody told her that the guy was married, and Shereice said, and that trick, not my words, but hers, basically said that she didn't give a fuck about him being married. My thing with Shereice is, okay, so what the fuck that got to do with the price of tea in China? What the fuck that got to do with the price of tea in China? Like, why are we sitting up here talking about whether or not Stacy was talking? Because see, this is what I'm saying. It goes with it. I be having my thing with Stacy about the lies she tell, but in the same breath, it just feels like these women are gonna come up with any excuse to go in on Stacy and really, you know, drag her character down. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna find any reason to do so. They're going to find any reason to do that. They're going to find any reason to make her look bad. Now, I don't even know what Shereice's problem is with Stacy. It's like now all of a sudden everybody got a fucking problem with Stacy. Now, Stacy has had her back and forth with Ashley. She's had her back and forth with Kiana. Maybe a little bit of Angel, maybe. But Shereice ain't had no dealings with Stacy. So all of this shit with Stacy is like overdone as broccoli. Don't nobody want that. Don't nobody care about that. And it's not entertaining me. You know, it just looks like all of y'all are just banding together to bully that damn girl. And that's just what it is. Now, it doesn't take away from the fact that Stacy is a damn liar. It don't take away from that, because she do be lying, and they do be catching her ass up in her lies all the time, which I'm not mad at. But they do kind of make up shit just to come at her. And Shereice been a hater. Shereice has always been a hater. And I don't give a fuck how many times people want to sit up here and say, oh, she the real Grandam of Potomac. She got the real money and connection. She got the real, well, she got the real money and the real connections. Her money and her connection need to get her a new wig. Because she always come on this damn screen looking like a drunken ass cafeteria worker. Don't nobody got time for that bullshit. So ain't nobody got time for none of that shit that Shereice is selling. Because I didn't understand why that was even a thing. So Giselle tells Wendy, girl, I got something to tell you. And Wendy was like, okay, so what you got to tell me, Giselle? What's going on? So Giselle tells Wendy, well, I heard that Angel got smoke for you. Angel got smoke for you. And then she was like, she got smoke for me. And then that's when Giselle was like, yeah, she got smoke for you. So let's see Angel standing over there. And Giselle calls Angel over, and Wendy says, so you got smoke for me? And then Angel was like, yeah, I do. And then Wendy was like, well, what's the problem? What's the smoke? And so that is when Angel was like, I feel like you don't treat me right. I feel like you're being rude and dismissive the way that you are now. I'm going to need for Angel to just stop. Like, I've really been on this Angel sympathy tour, and I think I got off the train last week because it's like you're looking to have a problem with Wendy about something. And your problems with Wendy are not warranted. What is your fucking issue? Because to me, it seems as though you really ain't got one. What is the goddamn, what is the issue? What have I done to you? What is the issue? I'm trying to understand that, Angel, because truth be told, I ain't trying to make this a colorism thing. I'm not. But you falling right into the colorism conversations. And I want to tell y'all why she is. I don't think her issue with Wendy is about her skin color, but the issue is stupid. Giselle was the one who said you look like a graham cracker ass Facetune cartoon character. That is what Giselle said. Wendy didn't say shit. All she did was laugh at you. I don't understand why you stand up here trying to make this shit come across like Wendy was that girl that said it. You steady crying for Giselle to be your friend. You kissing and licking up her ass so good she'll probably have an orgasm by this point. Okay? You've been eating her cock so good she could have an orgasm right now with the way you eat her out. I'm just saying, why you keep on making it seem like Giselle wasn't the one that said that? And Wendy was the only one that said it. And just like Tiffany GT just said in the comments, Wendy wasn't the only motherfucker laughing at this shit. Everybody at the table was laughing. So why are you only focusing on Wendy? That's what I don't understand. But yet, you all over here, all up Giselle's ass and trying to sit up here and be her friend when Giselle was the one who led the charge on you being a catfish. I don't understand that. So yeah. This is what I mean when people be saying that colorism exists. Now, once again, I ain't saying that Angel is a colorist, and I ain't saying that the reason why she's picking at Wendy is because of the dark skin thing. But this is why people were saying it. Because when people were trying to call it colorism a couple of weeks ago, I was the one that said that's not what this is. Everything ain't about colorism. But why are you letting Giselle make it, but you're not letting Wendy make it when Giselle was the one who said the bullshit about you being a catfish? And truth be told, Angel, you did look like a fucking catfish. You did. Grow up. You did Facetune the shit out of your face. You did not look like that picture. Okay? And you thought wasn't nobody gonna say nothing about it? You the only one that's still on this shit. Nobody else is talking about this shit but you. So get the fuck out of here. Wendy says it's a one-sided issue. And it is a one-sided issue. Then Wendy said, I had a conversation with one of the girls and with Tia. And Tia told me that you told her that I didn't speak to you at the airport. Didn't you see me at the airport? Angel said, yes, I saw you. And Wendy said, so why you didn't speak to me when you saw me? And then Wendy was like, what are you talking? And then he go, Angel, because you didn't speak to me. She was like, well, no, you said you making it seem like I just went out of my way to not speak to you. You saw me just as well as I saw you, but you did not speak to me either. You didn't say anything to me. So why are you giving me all this fever for not speaking to you when you didn't speak to me at the airport. You're trying to make this an issue when there's not an issue. And so when Angel was walking away, Angel was like, well, I'm done. This ain't it. I'm done. And then that is when he was like, you're saying you're done, like we really want you here, blah, 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 blah. Right. So then Kiana and Stacy get into it again. And I'm just like, Kiana, just leave it be, girl. Like, look, like I said on Twitter, I don't give a fuck about what the popular people say. I know that it's popular to dislike Kiana, but I don't dislike Kiana. I actually live for Kiana. I love her, actually. So if everybody can deal with Stacy and her lies, I'm gonna deal with Kiana and her crash house. Although her crash house never make no goddamn sense at all, I still like her. I don't hate her, and I don't want her to leave the show. I still like Kiana, but Kiana needs to let this shit go with Stacy. And every time she gets into a scene with her, she's always on 10. Like, go down to a 5. Like, you ain't got to approach every little thing with all this bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Jazzy and Stacy, they leave, and that was it. So then Stacy has pizza night with her husband and RHOP. And at this point, they have no titles, because they don't want any confusion to go on with RHOP. And basically, in so many words, it's kind of like they already told Arbella that they're getting a divorce or whatever. So for her to see them back together again would be some shit that would be very confusing to her. And I get what Wendy is saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she got a point with that. Like, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I don't see it. I get it. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. Let me see. Let's move on. So we get to Ashley. Now, Ashley and Mrs. Puff, her mama, sit down and have a conversation about this man that her mama been dealing with for over 20 years. And I'm sitting up in my room looking at this episode, and I'm just like, baby, Ashley, how many times are we going to sit here and have this same conversation with your mama about her broke ass man? How many times are we going to sit up here and have this conversation? You've been taking care of your mama for years. Even Michael was saying she need to leave that man. She ain't leaving him. She not letting him go. And at times we'll be on the outside looking in, and we can definitely see exactly what's wrong with somebody else's situation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can see exactly what's going on. But in the same breath, though, it's kind of like you got to leave it up to the person that's in that predicament to really wise up and leave. They got to see it, and they got to be ready to go. You can say whatever you want to say to them, but it's their choice to make. You feel what I'm saying? It's their choice to make. And you've been having this same song and dance with your mama, and your mama been taking care of this man. Your mama been looking out for this man and not really looking out for her own damn self. So to me, it's like, girl, what gives? Why are we still having this conversation? Why are we still talking about this shit? There's no need to even keep talking about this bullshit. It ain't really no need to. It's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? It's just what it is. That's your mama situation. You've had your own situations, and you just need to let it go. You really need to let it go. Like, let's stop talking about this. Your mama ain't going nowhere. That's really the bottom line in all that. Your mama ain't going nowhere, okay? She not leaving that man. She been with that man for over 20 years. That's half of your damn life. So my thing is, why are we doing this? Why are we discussing this? Why are we talking about this? Why are we making this a thing right now? Just like Feisty said, your mama had somewhere to stay, and she slept under a damn bridge to be with that man. That's some everlasting love, honey. Shit, if I had to live in a hut and the motherfucker still want to be with me, I love you, honey, love you, and I love you for that, baby. I promise you, baby, you can't stop giving it to me, okay? Why I can't get enough, no. Okay, I'm just saying. She been around enough to know just what she want, okay? She don't move too fast or make him rush. No, one day they're gonna talk about making love, no doubt. Baby, wintertime is right. Yeah, yes. Okay. I'm just saying. She got that kind of love for that man. Like Ashley, the entire time you were sitting up there talking to Mrs. Puff about that man. Okay. She was telling you. This is what your mom was telling you, Angel. He give her the world and everything that I want for. Okay. Since I've been his girl, my life has been much better than ever before. Okay. Even though we was under a bridge. Let me tell you something, Ashley. He got a tender, sweet love. Yes, he do. That weakens me and takes over me whenever we touch. Okay? That's what she's telling you. I'm just saying. Like, Ashley, she looking at you saying, when he say that he's down, he said he won't play around. Not with my heart, okay? And when his boys come around, no, he's not disrespecting me and not trying to be Mr. Wanna Be Hard, okay? He let them know that I'm his, okay? Yes, he do. By holding me and kissing me, lets them know that for sure. She telling you that. So you might as well just let that shit go. You just gotta let it go. You just gotta let it go. You're doing what you do. He's doing what he's doing to me, Ashley. He takes me and he holds me, Ashley. He wraps me in his arms, Ashley. And he loves me for that, Ashley. He don't front in front of his friends, Ashley. And he's standing up and being real, man. Okay? That's what he does. Let it go. Let it go. It's really nothing else to be said. Let it go. Let it go. That's all I'm fucking saying. Let it go. It's nothing else to be said. Now I know I went on this whole damn. Y'all know I can make a song out of any situation. Y'all know I can make a song out of any situation. Y'all know I can remix every damn song and put it into these reviews. Y'all know this already. Which I have a gift of doing it. I have the gift. I love music. I love music. I can turn music into anything. Okay, but that's really all that we got for Ashley and Stacy because that's it. Okay. So Jazzy, Wendy, and Stacy, they come together at Jazzy's house. But not only are they coming together, we got Giselle, Kiana, Ashley, and Tia. They're all meeting up at Angel's house. And Giselle says they trauma bond over Stacy. And to be quite honest, you know, she says whenever they get together to get Stacy together, it's always a good thing. What it is a misery picnic is what it is. Y'all having a misery tea. That's what y'all having. Y'all sitting down to have tea to be miserable and talk about Stacy all day because y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about. And it's pretty much showing me that the group is getting divided because you got one side up, you got this side over here with Stacy, Jazzy, and Wendy over here, and then you got Giselle, Ashley, Kiana, I think Tia over here, and Angel over here, and then you got Mo'Nique in the middle of it all. That's what we got. I see it. I see the division coming up. I see it. So Giselle says that Stacy is a woman that you don't trust. It's very ironic that I'm hearing Giselle say that Stacy is a woman that you don't trust when you sit up here and made a whole lot up about Candace's husband making you feel uncomfortable, like he was gonna do something to you just by asking you to have a private conversation with you. But you want to say that Stacy is not a woman that you trust. Now let's flip the other side of the coin. The reason why Giselle is saying that she's not a woman, a woman to trust is simply because of the fact that because she lies. That's why she say that you can't trust because she lies all the time. But girl, you're not to be trusted either, so let's not do that. So then Stacy says that Kiana always pop up when it comes to her, like she's always rolling her neck, she always ready to pop off when it come down to her and all of this other shit, right? So then that's when Kiana says, when it come down to me, Stacey's Detroit always come out when it comes to her. Like, she be ready to do this and ready to do that. Girl, no, you're always coming for her all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So, no. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Where we at? Where are we? So then we get into Stacey says that Kiana uses her for moments. Although I like Kiana, she do be using Stacey for moments. That ain't no damn lie. Giselle explains how she felt about Mo'Nique. She said, now, y'all didn't know Mo'Nique back when she was married to Chris. So to hear Mo'Nique say how she felt and being very open and honest with us about her divorce from Chris, that was a lot. So for Stacey to go back and tell that was odd to me. Ashley says that she wants to set up a sit down with Mo'Nique, and she wants Mo'Nique and Stacey to have a conversation. Wendy also wants Stacey to meet up with Mo'Nique. Stacey is open to it, but she doesn't want Kiana around because she doesn't feel comfortable with Kiana. Now, there could be a Karen move to say, well, I don't feel comfortable with Kiana because she's going to attack me. Or it could be she really don't feel comfortable with Kiana because every time she talks to Kiana, it's always rah, rah. You know, it's always that type of energy. It's never, we're going to have a conversation like two grown women and move on. It's always, I'm finna get your ass. Like, that's what it's always given, right? So then Kiana, we're at Greg's house. I think Greg is not there. So she got her brother Brian over. Then Mama Michelle comes over, right? So after Mama Michelle comes over, honey, she tells both her brother and her mama that Greg asked her to move back in with him. And once she brought that up, it was kind of like, okay, why? He's trying to get you to move back in with him over a ring, without a ring. Like, you know, to me, Mama Michelle sees clearly, and the ring been there. She's seeing shit that Kiana ain't seeing. He bought you a condo before he bought you a ring. That's what Mama Michelle is saying. Why he buying condos but ain't buying you no ring? He ain't trying to commit to you right now. So if he's not trying to commit to you right now, then why are y'all getting condos and shit? At this moment, y'all already have gone through a lot of shit already. So y'all shouldn't be living together unless y'all are getting married. And I get it. I totally get what Mama Michelle is saying, because I slyway agree with Mama Michelle. Like, I kind of do agree with her. Like, you're not gonna sit up here and play with my daughter and buy condos and not buy her no ring and all this other stuff, but yet, you know, you want to sit up here and do this. Like, no, you feel what I'm saying? Mama Michelle ain't doing nothing but what real mothers would do when they see some bullshit going on in their daughter's lives, and that's just what this is. It's a bunch of bullshit that's going on. And Kay really wants to be with Greg, and she really wants to marry that man, so she's going to accept whatever he gives so she can get what she wants because she loves him. And let me tell you, I'm not one to judge because I have done that. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't saying that that's the correct way to be. That's the smart way to be. It's not. Sometimes we be so focused on our love for people and how we want to be there for them and show them that we're worthy for them and all this other shit, knowing that they're not necessarily worthy of us. So I have done that in the past. Like, I know exactly what she's doing, but you can't have all this smoke with all these women when the smoke that you got for all these women, you need to have it for this man that you want to marry. Because that's your biggest op. He act like he don't like you. And he just started getting better with you this season. I don't know what changed, but all last season you was begging for communication. All last season you was begging him to marry you. All last season you was begging him to film with you. But now all of a sudden he down with everything, and now y'all in a good place, and now he wants you to move in with him. No, he gonna have to do more. It's what Selena Johnson say. It's gonna take more than some shoes to get me home. Just saying. So So I'm team Mama Michelle on that one. I'm just saying. So we're going to get into Wendy. Her sister Ivy comes over, and I'm glad we get to see more of Wendy and her family life and things like that, right? Now, let me tell you, for all these seasons, I feel like Wendy never really had like no real personal like story like that. So we really don't get to see much of her family. Like we get to see Susan and her shrines, but we don't really get to see her sister Ivy. And she was saying that she invited Ivy over first before her mama came so they could talk about their dad. And you know, their dad been living in Nigeria and stuff like that for all these years, and they haven't seen their father in over 20 years. And she said that when her daddy didn't call her, it hurt her feelings. And she feels like she really wants to see her father and see what she's accomplished and who she's become to be. And Ivy says, but I think he knows that you're accomplished, and I think he knows how far you've come already. And Wendy says, but he still doesn't want me. And then Ivy was like, I don't even think that it's because he doesn't really want you. He has learned to live his life without them being a part of it. And one thing about it, and two things for certain, that was the realest shit I heard anybody say. And this is where we're getting at with this, right? This is the dynamics here. Wendy is still yearning for that father-daughter relationship. She still wants that. She still wants to have her dad in her life. But Ivy has already accepted the fact that that's something that she's never going to have. And sometimes you have to understand that that is something that you're never going to have, right? Quick interjection. The reason why this kind of hits me is because I remember when I was young, I didn't meet my mother's father until I was like 17 years old. Like I had heard about him, but my mama really didn't have him in her life either. She had only met him like 3 times before I met him. So I had always wondered where he was. I never had no grandparents like that. All of them were like deadbeats to me. So when I finally met him at 17, you know, it's a little different. I got to see a different side of my family. I got to hang out with certain people, whatever. So as things happen, my mother tried to have this relationship with her dad, but it never worked. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't meant for you to have no relationship with him. He already abandoned you as a child. You're in your 40s and you're trying to get this situation together. You know, you want to have that father and daughter bond that you didn't have before, but you can't. It's too late. Sometimes, and I'm only bringing that up because it relates to the story, right? So all I'm saying is, I 100% felt where Ivy was coming from when she said that it's not even the fact that he don't want us. It's the fact that he has lived his life without us and he learned how to do that, and he's fine with us not being in it. And that is a hurtful way to say it, but it was the realest thing to say. So I see the difference in Ivy and Wendy. Wendy still yearns for that. Ivy really don't give a fuck no more. She take it as it is because she sees it for what it is. So then, as they're having a conversation, Susan arrives and she starts dragging a daddy. And, you know, it goes to show that there is really no love lost between Susan and her baby daddy. It really ain't no love lost on that situation, like, at all. Like, there's really no love lost there. She don't fuck with that man, and it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the thing about the situation. So, it is what it is, honey. And she was bragging about how Wendy be taking care of her now, and now we know how she does. So let's get into Kiana, Ashley, Mo'Nique, Stacy, and Wendy. So everybody. Let me because my mic got unplugged. Let me set my mic back up. Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. So then we get into this part, right? They meet up, they talk about Mo'Nique sharing her story, and then Kiana mentions the phone call that she had with Cookie. Mo'Nique says that she don't know who's lying or not, because Mo'Nique feels like there is a possibility that Stacy could have done it, but it's also a possibility that Cookie is lying because Cookie is a liar. So Mo'Nique don't fuck with Cookie, while everybody else is, you know, regurgitating what the fuck this fake ass Aretha Franklin had to say, you know, Mo'Nique ain't seen it for Cookie. So it gives me that Cookie is a hater. It's giving me that Cookie is a whack ass liar. It's giving Cookie wants to be a part of wants to be in the circle. It's giving Cookie want to be down with the clique. It's giving that Cookie just don't like Stacy because Stacy look better than her. That's what it's giving to me. And I'm getting tired of Cookie with a big back ass getting on here acting a goddamn fool like she hungry. My girl, go somewhere and sit down. So then yeah, I was gonna bring that up, Tiffany. It's very ironic that they bringing up the call that Cookie made, the call that Cookie had with Kiana, but they didn't say nothing about Shereice or whatever. So then, well, about Chris. So then the next thing you know, Wendy arrives and she says that she wanted Stacy to sit down with Mo'Nique. And then Wendy brings up Shereice calling Chris. And then that's when Mo'Nique was like, Shereice? And then Wendy says that Stacy is willing to have a conversation with Mo'Nique, but not Kiana. So then when Stacy walks in, Stacy says that she wants to sit with just Wendy and Mo'Nique and talk. She doesn't want Ashley nor Kiana to be there. So Kiana just walks away with her attitude and all this other shit. And I'm like, girl, see, this is why the people don't like you. See, I be trying to root for you. And here you go on the stupid ass shit. You feel what I'm saying? Here you go with the dumb ass shit. So then, that is when, where we at? That is when, Mo'Nique says, here's the thing. I don't have an issue with you, Stacy. I just don't associate with anybody that associates with my ex-husband because I know how messy he is. The co-parenting thing has already been rough. I don't have time for that. But did you date Chris? I don't really care. You feel what I'm saying? Stacy said, I've never dated Chris. So then she denies calling Chris, and then she shows the text messages. Chris knew that his name was coming up before Mo'Nique started filming. So if he already knew that Mo'Nique's name was coming up, who could have told him? Now, Wendy had a list of suspects of who could have done it, right? Wendy says that Kiana is suspect number 1, Angel is suspect number 2, Giselle is suspect number 3, and Stacy is still suspect number 4. But here's my thing. Why isn't Shereice a suspect? Because Shereice could have very well told Chris that Mo'Nique brought him up. Because, you know, Giselle and Shereice are cool. Giselle probably told Shereice about the conversations as well. And Shereice probably went back and told Chris. But then again, Shereice couldn't have told Chris because she's the one who called Chris and asked him, did Stacy have a conversation? So that's probably why Shereice not in the list of suspects. So it's kind of like, who could have done it? I don't even know why Ashley's not on the list. Ashley should be a suspect too. So I don't know who could have told him. So then Mo'Nique said, I really don't know who to believe. But at this point, though, I just need for you to be careful with this whole thing. I need for you to be careful with all of this. None of this has nothing to do with you. My husband is messy as fuck. Cookie is messy as fuck. A lot of these people are messy as fuck. So at this point, I just feel like you just need to watch your back. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. Mo'Nique ain't wrong for telling her to watch her back because she needs to watch her back. She definitely needs to watch her back. Most definitely needs to watch her back wholeheartedly. And that's just that because these girls are vultures and they're coming for her. And that was the end of the episode. This episode was good. I enjoyed myself doing this episode. It was pretty good, y'all. So make sure y'all do y'all thug thizzle. I know that Really B is live. I think T goes live tomorrow, you know. But we go live for the Whether You Like It or Not panel tomorrow as well. I want to say we on Really B's channel tomorrow. I think we're on Really B's channel tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Now, before we get up out of here, let me let you guys know. I do my promotional stuff. The show, The Scene ATL, that I'm a part of, will be starting to air on December 9th, which is next week, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There will be a panel for The Scene ATL, which will star Josiah, Really B, T, Rakisha, and Nikki. Okay, they'll be doing a panel on The Scene ATL starting next week as the show airs. Make sure you go to the Stylish TV Network platform and subscribe to the channel so you can have all of your notifications ready whenever an episode drops. My book is available on Kindle and Amazon. For those of you that, the last 8 of you that are waiting on your pre-orders to come, like I said before, I had to order some more books so you guys can get them. So be on the lookout for it, okay? It's coming. And with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. All right. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Things I wanna do to you. All the love you try to hide. Between those thighs, ain't too proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for what I need. If it's good loving that you want, you can get it all from me. Ain't too proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for